In many of the houses in Utica, we find floored attics. Today we're in one of those houses. It was built in around the 1920s, and the attic itself is floored. Many years ago, the homeowner had the attic insulated, and they did a great job insulating underneath the floor. But they didn't insulate the stairwell coming up to the attic, as well as underneath the stairs. So because of that, the attic wasn't performing at all, and she was losing a tremendous amount of heat out of the attic stairwell. So today we're here to insulate the walls, as well as the underside of the stairs. As you can see, this is a cold space, which means that this wall on the other side of this is actually a living space. So we need to protect the cold space from the living space, so this wall is vital to do. Also the underside of the stairs, because the stairwell leads down to the basement, so we need to stop all the cold air that's in this space, or hot air in the summertime, from entering into the house. So we drill holes just like we would in any other application to gain access to the cavities, as well as drilling holes underneath the stairwells to gain access to that space as well. We'll fill that cavity up with cellulose, dense packet, and then we go ahead and cover those openings. Because this is an unfinished area, we are just plugging them and sealing them, but if your attic space is more of a finished area, we can bring this to a complete finished space where you wouldn't even know we were here. Down here in the basement, we need to insulate not only the basement rim joist, but what we have learned is because of the structure of this house, it's called balloon framing, which means that Brandon can get access to the sidewalls right from the basement. It means that the wall cavities are wide open right from underneath here. So you can imagine the amount of heat that is lost up through those walls. So Brandon can't see the cellulose that's going in, and neither can you or I. So one of the ways that we will make sure that the insulation is installed correctly is once the project is complete, our auditors will come back out and do a blower door test, as well as an infrared scan at this time of year. That'll show us if the cavities have been filled. If by chance we see through the infrared scan that we've missed an area, we can map it out and come back and very easily repair and fill that cavity up and make sure that the entire space is insulated correctly. So if you live in a house like this, a floored attic, maybe a home built in the 1920s or 30s, has balloon construction, you can potentially save 40 to 50% on your energy bills if it's insulated correctly. So if you think you might be able to insulate your house, upgrade the insulation, maybe even qualify for one of our programs, give Standard Insulating a call.